And welcome back, guys. This is Aaron from Gigatitan again, and this is the second part of Pokemon Wi-Fi Match 238 versus QuagsireRoolez. And so we're gonna pick up where we left off. I knock out his Houndoom, and he switches into his Scyther, and I'm gonna have to switch out because I know he has Aerial Ace, and so that was I was trying to avoid, which would have been really devastating. He gets a critical hit, which is a lot of damage, although I guess he didn't know that I was scarfed, and so I was able to get a Stone Edge off and get 4 times effective hit and knock out his Scyther. And he switches back into Quagsire, and since I'm locked into Stone Edge because of my Choice Scarf, I have to switch as well. I send Really Pulley, and he uses Earthquake. Does quite a bit of damage, and Quagsire is poisoned though because of the Toxic Spikes, and so that'll play out a little later in the battle. Start doing up some damage. His leftovers aren't going to be quite as useful anymore. Roly Poly goes down, unfortunately, but he actually did really good in this battle. He really did what he was supposed to do, and that was what I had him in there for. So I said in Whiplash he's going to switch out Quagsire, and I'm going to go for a Leech Seed, I believe. Let's see, I'm pretty sure I do because I was picking that switch. Yep, and he avoids the attack, which is like a 10% chance. So that was kind of sad. I was like, really, but that is part of the game. So I go ahead and Leech it again. Thankfully this time it does not miss, and I get the Leech Seed on him. And I'm starting to heal up my HP, which is cool. And so this is where I start to really do a kind of jerk move. It starts to piss him off because all I had to do is protect while he takes increased toxic damage as well as the Leech Seed damage, and he can't really do anything about it. So I send in my Regigigas just for some reason because I knew he was going for a Shadow Ball. That was why I switched into him and get some leftovers plus the awesome power of the Leech Seed, and he faints. And so I got Regigigas in there, didn't take any damage, and he healed up. And so he's facing Quagsire once again, and I don't have Return like I said earlier, so that was kind of a bummer right here because I can't really do a ton of damage, and he can recover. But thankfully that poison is going to do a number on him. And so this is starting to become a little bit of a just kind of not really stalling, but neither of us really have very high attack power. So we're not really doing much to each other. We're just kind of doing a little bit of damage here and there, and I'm just mostly waiting for that Toxic to kick in and start, as you can see, starting to do a little more damage. And I'm also trying to see if I can maybe stay in enough to activate Regigigas' ability, which is Slow Start. And after 5 turns his attack and speed return to normal, which are quite high, so he is able to do some sweeping. But with a move that only has 70 power, that's probably not going to be that possible. But he gets down to such low HP, and he recovers because he just wants to hang in there for another turn. And Regigigas keeps healing, and so does Quagsire. And as you can see, that Toxic is just starting to take a big toll on Quagsire, and I think he just starts recovering here because he's just trying to hang on, maybe the hope that he might be able to survive. But the thing is that as he goes on, he gives me a free turn to recover, as well as lowering the count for Regigigas' Slow Start, which I believe activates right now. So now he's at full power, and so he does a lot more damage than he did. And so now this is where he really can't do anything about it because the toxic damage is going to take him out here. And so that Quagsire was annoying. I mean, that thing was just annoying, and I was just like shocked of how cool that was. And this Alakazam here, let me tell you, is one of the coolest Alakazams I've ever seen. It's in, as Joey might say from Gold and Silver, it's in the top percentage of all Alakazams, but at least for coolness wise. It's like it runs an Encore set, so it kind of just is more an annoying thing, but it still has high special attack, so he can do a lot of damage. But it does have just the coolness factor of having Encore, which he used a few times. I think one time I had a Shaman out. He used Encore with that when he was about to faint, and then he sent in a Scyther, got a free turn to set up Swords Dance because I couldn't do anything with Seed Bomb. So it's just a cool strategy, and I just think it's nice to see different Alakazams instead of just the basic ones. But unfortunately they're not used as much because they're in the I think UU or NU, one of them, but they're just definitely, he's not OU anymore, so you don't really see him much. So nice to it's a little refreshing just to see different Pokemon used. So I I'm unable to do substitute this turn. I don't know why I even did. Oh, it's because I had Encore. That's right. And so right now I'm just stalling out with the poison. As you can see, it's going to knock him out. So that is pretty much the end of the battle. Great game, Jake. I had a really fun time playing against you, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.